Now, back to the live show. We are going to take you into the world of Big Brother with one of the more compelling characters to ever come on the show. The message boards and the internet, I guess you call it the interweb.
That's what it is, yes. The
interweb. Is vibrating with his name and energy. Please welcome to the show from Big Brother 11, Kevin Campbell. Campbellicious.
The crowd is not sleeping on Campbell.
Campbellicious. Hey, Kevin.
Hey, brothers.
Welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me. I'm actually like watching you guys on realitywanted.com radio on the little stream, and you guys are looking hotness.
So, Kevin, you are also joined by Vanessa Romanelli here from Shot in Love with Tila Tequila. She's also a casting director. And you're also joined by somebody I think you know quite well, or fairly well, Mark Yowitz of realitywanted.com.
Marky Mark. Vanessa, I love your little story about how you became involved with production, because that would be my dream with Big Brother. I already talked to the casting director at Big Brother, and I was like, oh my God, I would die to be involved with the audition process, because I'm sure, Vanessa, you've met a lot of crazy people, and I would love to be a fly in the wall.
Yeah, it's like I didn't want to annoy them, but I did annoy them until the point of where they just didn't want to hear me anymore. And they were like, fine, you got a job. That's kind of how it happens.
I love it.
It was hard to, trusting in a character that they know me as a character. They didn't know me as a real person. So trusting in that is very hard. I don't know. I'm not familiar, with your character, or if it is a character show, or if you just...
We're real people, Vanessa.
Real people.
Oh, okay.
I actually had one person come up to me and was like, oh my God, you're like a real person.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like...
Kevin, you were so real that you were one of the you were loud and proud on the show. You were gay. You're a gay man, right?
We're queer. We're here. Get used to it.
Okay.
Hi.
Thank you. I try to represent. It's hard to represent the gay community because the community is so broad in general. What do I, this skinny brown gay guy, have anything in common with, a lesbian? It's really hard to represent the entire community. So I definitely didn't go into do the show to do that, but it was given to me, and I was honored to have that responsibility, and I tried to represent Woo Woo.
Did you feel a lot of extra weight? Did it feel like you were carrying a little extra than other people on the cast? I mean, did you feel like you could turn that into something that made you more unique and stood out from the rest of the cast?
During the show, I didn't feel the weight at all. Honestly, when I was in the house for that 3-month period, I wasn't really thinking about the post-show effects. I was just really thinking about winning that ching, because I was trying to win some money.
Right.
And then when I got out of the show, I realized, oh my God, I should have been thinking about this, because now all of a sudden I'm getting all these people talking about me, and some people love me, some people hate me, and the gay community is very vocal. So I've heard both sides of the story.
Yeah, you definitely, again, when I did a little research on you, and I spent about 10 to 12 hours for the past 6 days.
All the time. He's
looking up Kevin Campbell and all the databases. There was a lot of, I love Kevin, I hate Kevin. I love you were either one way or the other, which is great because you made a mark, and it's part of what we talk about at the reality TV school as well, is what is unique about you that you may overlook, but then you can, as Vanessa has said before, amplify by 10,000. So it's authentic, but it's also right out there on the surface.
Right. They definitely picked people who would stir extreme ends of the spectrum of emotions. They don't want people that are people the audience would be indifferent to. They kind of want people that you either love or hate. And honestly, though, I didn't go into the show consciously thinking about that. I was just like, I need to get on the show.
Yeah, well, you've been trying since Big Brother started, correct?
Yeah, I've been trying since Big Brother 1. So speaking to Vanessa's point of just persistence and what you guys are talking about, if anyone really wants to get on a reality show, all you have to do is just keep trying.
Just keep trying.
I want to record that. I want to record that and play that over and over and over again. You can't imagine how many people get frustrated and detoured after flying for 3 weeks and they want to give up.
Aaron Murphy is our newest guest in the studio with us here from realitycrew.com. Reality Crew is a company that teaches you on the other side, the production end, how to do sound, how to do camera, all the things you need to know as a guy on the crew for a reality show. You with us, Aaron?
Yeah, hey there, Robert.
Hey, man.
Good to have me.
Good to have you. realitycrew.com. Get there. Muna, dinero, Moulin Rouge. And we're also in the studio here, Aaron, with Kevin Campbell from Big Brother 11 and Mark Yawitz from Reality Wanted. Kevin Campbell.
Yes, sir.
Big Brother 11. So now that you've been on that show, the world has seen you. They've watched you, and they've watched you with other cast members, duking it out, having a good time, having not such a good time. How has your life changed now that you're off that show?
My life has changed absolutely not one little bit. It's the same as it was before, and that's exactly how I wanted it. I knew going into the show that,
I wanted to ask you a question. People meet me, I mean, now it's about 2.5, 3 years later, and they still are, oh my God, you're Vanessa, shut it, love. And then they get upset that I'm not the character they expected me to be, like the person that they know from television, and they're like, oh, you're not that crazy bitch. Like, they get upset. Like, when they meet you, they're just meeting the you that they saw the whole time on the show, right?
Yeah, that's true. Actually, the way my life has changed is now that when I walk down the street, just people come up to you, or they talk to you, or they feel really friendly with you, or I get free coffee, or I get free clothes.
They feel they know you.
Oh, wait a minute. Yes.
Suddenly his life didn't change.
Excuse me, right. 4 minutes ago, you were Mr. Rocksteady. I am still Kevin Campbell. Now, all of a sudden,
sellout.
We're talking about pay to play and...
No. That stuff is stupid stuff.
Uh-huh.
Like
There's nothing like a free cup of coffee.
I know. We're talking about a free cup of coffee, $1.50.
Hey, Kevin. Kevin.
That's the most.
If you could add up every free cup of coffee you had, you could probably send a small child to a local community college. Kevin, before we move on to other topics, what is now that you've watched the show and you've seen the edits because they were different than what you lived and far, far different, I'm sure. What are your opinions of Natalie and Jordan? Has it changed?
Yeah, they actually have changed. I think that they're real people outside of outside of the house, outside of the game. So I definitely don't want to judge them based upon how I met them in the game because we were playing a game. So I kind of regret saying some of the nasty things that I said about both of the girls because honestly, it was a game. So I can't.
Yeah, well,
I can't say for sure who I saw them or who I knew them as in the house is who they really are outside of the house. So
I've got to ask you a quick question, Rob. I got 1 second, Kevin.
Yeah, sure.
Hey, and I'm going to say this as politely as possible because I like everybody that was on the show, and it was a great season. But do you think that there's too much emphasis on Jeff and Jordan? Anytime you mention Big Brother 11, that's all that comes up.
No, I don't think there's too much emphasis because it's the fans that are interested in it. It's not like it's anything else. It's what the fans want, and that's what they want. So I don't think there's too much emphasis. If they love Jeff and Jordan, they love Jeff and Jordan. I mean, what can I do about it?
Yeah, that's cool. I was just curious because it seems like they come up quite a bit, even though there were, 12 more of you guys too.
Yeah, that's when people stop me. One of the main things they say is, "I hate Natalie and I love Jeff and Jordan." It's like over and over and over and over again.
Wow. She disappeared. We haven't heard from her. Where is she?
I actually just talked to her a couple of days ago. She's doing great. I mean, she's preparing for her marriage, and she's. That's why I changed my mind about these girls, both Jordan and Natalie, because talking to Natalie over the phone, she's not playing the game, and when you're not playing the game, you're a totally different person.
Kevin, we're going to have to move on, and we thank you so much for being with us, man. Would you like to come back on the show again? We'd love to have you again.
For sure, yeah. Give me a call.
One final question for you. I know that you are dealing with a lot of deep and very serious issues with your family and about being connected to them and not connected to them. Can you tell us, has that changed now that the show is aired, and where are you at with your family?
Maybe I should apply to Dr. Drew's upcoming show about a strange family.
Yeah.
We're still, a little disconnected, but it made a definite improvement. I had dinner with them after the show. At least we're talking. At least I know that they're doing okay and they're alive. And it all is because of reality TV. So that's kind of cheesy,
that's awesome.
But it's the truth.
I had a serious question. We were talking about the Saints and the Vikings before, but for you, I wanted to know: is it Dolce & Gabbana or Armani?
I'm going to go with Armani.
All right, great.
Because it's more accessible.
Awesome. Kevin Campbell, awesome talking to you. Big Brother 11, thanks for being with us.
All right. Have fun, you guys.
Take care.
Bye.